hi, and welcome to another weekly connection. So I don't know if you've noticed, but most world government seems to be going a little bit awry lately. We want to talk about how to create cohesiveness within world governments, how to change the current structure and dynamic of governments into 5D vibration. We call it creating a divine government, because we say that because we're coming from the divine and not from the ego. So it's very important that we can radiate out energy to our governments with love and not judgment. Because when you judge them, you're creating more of the same. So we need to send them love and compassion and understanding, not condoning, not agreeing. In 5D, you do not have government the way it is here. In 5D, we are more self-governed because people know not to do things that are harmful or things that are out of harmony or things that are hurtful in any way, shape, or manner. So for that reason, you don't need a police force. But right now, of course, there are some issues on the planet in which people are acting out their hatred. People are setting other people up for greed, just harmful and hurtful to other people without care. So we want to be the light seeds that we are to transcend the illusion of 3D and move it into a knowingness of love and kindness and compassion. Now, we are co-creating our new world right now, right? Excuse me. So, we've talked about that you need to open up your extra senses, which of course we're doing in luminous energy. And you want to be able to perceive the world other than from your 5 physical senses. So you want to start developing your inner self, your inner awareness, your inner senses, so that you can perceive beyond 3D. The governments that are in 3D need simply to have the illusion broken. The illusion and the acknowledgement that it is okay to hurt one another. It is not okay to hurt one another. It is not okay to be greedy at the cost of someone else's meal. It is not okay. So we are learning how that balance as we see our unity within ourselves. And we need to shift and change those that do not see that do not come from harmony, but come from an ego-based agenda. So in 5D, you don't have greed. It doesn't exist. Our governments don't work that way. It's not mine, mine, mine anymore. I don't mean that in that you don't have things of your own. I just mean that you're not, the ego doesn't overtake kindness or compassion. You still have stuff. I like stuff. Stuff's cool. But you're not driven by greed and avarice. So as a light seed, it's important as we do our meditation today that we focus on shifting and changing government into a loving and caring body that cares about the people it serves, that cares about bringing love and joy in life to everyone. So, as we do our meditation, we want to focus on those aspects. And you can actually just beam light to the world and to all the world governments that they stop acting like 2-year-olds having a temper tantrum. It's devastating. And we're finished with it. Because right now, you're seeing all of this bad behavior because we are allowing those that don't know any better to have one last fling to understand. So that's a lot of why you see all of this going on right now. So let's do it. Let's clear all this from this space. John Halen, right? No, what was his name? He started a meditation group, and he showed and he proved to the government that you only needed 8,000 meditators to be meditating simultaneously in order to shift the energy from anger and hatred to love and peace. And he did it as a scientific experiment. So the government didn't want anything to do with him because they asked, well, how is this used as a weapon? And he said, well, it's not. And they said, well, goodbye. Because the government wasn't interested in that. The government is interested in perpetuating war, anger, and fear. So we as the light seeds are the ones who are stopping that. And we are stopping it through our collective consciousness. Because when the collective consciousness reaches a point, you can no longer harm another person in any way, shape, or manner. So in this way, we are co-creating our new world government. Not a world government, that's the wrong thing to say, but a new government that will allow us all to come from love and peace, not any one person or party dominant over another. Hard to conceive of because we have never had it on this planet that you know of in your existence. You may have seen it other places, but not here on Earth. So here we go. We're going to clear this. Good. Clear the switch. Now we go ahead and bring in that cosmic thrust oil. Rub your hands together. Bring it into your aura. Cup your hands together. Take a deep breath in. Good. And now we'll go ahead and go to the third eye with the ascension oil on the nose and on the throat. So now what we want to focus on is how do we create world order, world harmony is the right word. Love is the right word. You still have, nations in 5D, if you want to call them that. But they're not warring or fighting, or they're harmonious. So the word really for 5D government is harmonious and cooperative and kind and loving. So this is where that consciousness shifts into being able to manifest what we need as we need it, before we need it, I always say. Okay? So now we're going to bring that energy in from source, that golden light. It's coming in through the top of our head. And just feel that yummy light. It's going to come all the way down and out your feet into the earth. Mother grabs onto that golden lariat. And now we wrap ourselves around her grid system that feels so very strong and confident. She knows she has what she needs to get where she wants to go. Now we have to get to our energy to the point where we ride the ride smoothly without any hitches. 1, 2, 3, there we go. So now we're going to feel that energy come into the root. Feel that tether of light. And the mother takes that light up the back of you and rotates it around and around and around. And we feel that orbit of light, being the light seed that we are, that connection to heaven and earth. And now we're going to bring it up. It's going to waterfall out all 12 of your auras so that you're protected on all sides. And now we're going to feel that well of the mother. The well of the mother is a really good place to connect in, to feel that connectedness, that oneness, so that you can understand being without the gross duality that we are here. So you can connect with the mineral kingdom and the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom and put your love in. And as we see ecosystems failing, since I started talking about my ecosystem failing in the Sonoran Desert, it's a very sad thing. I actually cried for days because the saguaro are all dying in this forest. And it's because of climate change. So now we understand that change happens and that these things are occurring. And we want to really put that energy and that light into the well of the mother to be able to support all of the plants, the animals, the creatures that are all transcending into a new vibration. So we want to feel that energy coming through. And you feel that through the well. And you make that connection to Mother through the well and to all the beings on the earth. Whether you can see them or not, they're there. And then you feel it in the root. And you're strong because you're not coming from 3D earth being anymore. You're working on becoming that 5D being. So your moments of despair, your own moments of anger and fear will now start to diminish more and more as we move into this new vibration. And your sacral chakra feels strong and confident because of what you know, what the light says, the vibration of love, kindness, and compassion. Non-judgment. And we bring that into the spleen where we feel the conscious use of power, which is pure love, unconditional love. No matter what it is, no matter what the conflict is, it can be resolved. And if you're a luminous energy student, you can do this to help to resolve the conflicts of governments as they affect us. Being on the planet, they all affect us. We know that now. We didn't know that before, many years ago, growing up. World wars made us see that. So now you can use conscious use of power that you learned in luminous energy and use that to shift and to help to remove the conflict. If you see something going on in the government and it creates a conflict in you, you bam it with that light. And now you can shift that out of you, and then that shifts it through the collective consciousness, and we create change. So from there, we spread out to our solar plexus, that light that we are, that love that we are, because love is true power. Love is the only thing that really makes a change. And the empathic shield allows us to understand when we don't understand. And that happens a lot. I've never lived, well, how do I say that? I have never comprehended 3D world very well. I can't function 3D. I don't know where things are. So I have allowed myself a barrier to remain within the etheric realms, I call it, the higher vibrations, to be able to shift physically through dimensions and shift and change and make a change in not only my life, but other people's lives. As this veil is rising, you're going to feel more and more of that. And we're going to see how we are creating a harmonious existence on this planet. And the more we do it, and the more we get it, the more we share it, because we are light seeds. So we move up into the throat and to the heart, and we push the heart out, hard as we can. Love, love, love. Unconditionally. And into our intention, where we are creating a harmonious world with a central government that is all about harmony and reciprocity, sharing, caring, kindness, compassion, and love. And it is possible where there is no greed. And then we move to the throat. So we are that expression of harmony. We are that expression of love. And we know, beyond a doubt, that this is occurring. The mother is telling us she is ready to go. These climate changes that we are seeing, these ecosystems that we see shifting and changing, as hard as it is, and it's hard, we understand the process and her cycle. We want to hold on to it. We're attached to it, but we must let it flow. And then we feel our crown chakra shimmer with that light, with that love, as the telepathic notch jitters and jitters. It starts to sing as we open up those extra senses. And we feel love radiating out 18 inches into our aura so that others can munch and crunch that juice and share in all that we are, all that we know. We don't have to be perfect, thank goodness, because nobody would achieve this if you had to be perfect. You're still human. And you move yourself through those moments. I call them magic moments. You move through the magic moment into greater understanding. And your shield will help you not judge and turn you into more and more of an understanding person so that you can be that light and share this light throughout the planet 24/7, because we are co-creating our world, and our new governments will all be based in harmony and love, kindness and compassion. So I know we're all looking forward. This is our job. We have a lot of work to do, and we must not let ourselves fall into the mayhem that is occurring. We must send love everywhere because we are the light. So I love you all, and I will see you next time. Hey, hi, I'm Jaculin Dorman from Chakra Life, and I want to talk to you about a spiritual workshop that we put on about once a year. And it's a spiritual study class, and it comes from a lot of my interesting gifts and techniques that are, of course, because I have been unable to see the 3D world my entire life. So I was also very ill as a child, and techniques that are taught are the ones that they gave me as a child to help me get through all of the crazy, crazy stuff that 3D had to offer me, which was a lot. So in Energy Radiance, we want to share these techniques, and you're going to meet the masters that work with us in, it's luminous energy, and it used to be called Energy Radiance, but luminous energy contains far more information than Energy Radiance ever thought of doing, because we get into so much more than we did in the classes that were before. So this is a new series that is in 2 parts, and it has the spiritual part, which is a 4-week workshop coming up in April. And then the healing part, which will be an in-person practical workshop that will happen after the original luminous energy spiritual. So you have to do the spiritual study, and then you do the healing study. Anyway, but it's a lot of fun. And the thing is that as we are working in transition and we are moving forward to the 5th, a lot of what you're trying to comprehend about 5D can only be done through your extrasensories. So we talk a lot about that. We connect you with all of your extra senses in the study course, the one that's coming up in April. And we want you to become more 5D connected. And that has always been the purpose of this workshop. So you're going to learn how to remove conflict. You're going to learn how to feed yourself light on a regular basis, which is a first step to prana. But you're going to do that. And then you're going to learn how to create a vortex within yourself to not only block negativity, but remove it. So that's really important, and we do that. And then we connect you with the understanding. In the weekly connections, I talk about the central sun and certain celestials. So we're also going to connect you with that so that you understand the different aspects through time, where we're heading to now, what it means, and who are those celestials, and what is the central sun that we connect to. Because within that, we're also going to teach you how to connect to the mother and her aura and energy field. And then you also, we talk about the 7 laws of nature. So, we also want to work about what we can change, what we cannot. And then, of course, the last technique that you learn is how to remove your neuroses. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I can be neurotic. So it's really helpful. So this class is all about techniques for bettering yourself, for expanding yourself, and to move us all into the 5th dimension. So I hope you'll join me. Go on my website, chakralife.com, and sign up. Thank you. Bye.